Hello and welcome to the 250th episode of Scott Reads Comics. Wow, it's been a few years, and I really didn't think I would get to this many episodes. But I'm just so glad that folks have discovered the channel, watched the channel, comment on the videos I post, and it really inspires me to do more episodes. And so I wanted to pick something for the 250th episode that was kind of neat and different, but still special to me. And I tracked down this copy of Marvel Premiere featuring the Jack of Hearts, published by Marvel Comics in 1978. And I thought it would be a great episode, a great comic to share for the 250th episode. We have an incredible story here featuring the Jack of Hearts. I'm not sure who renders this cover, but the corner piece is definitely Dave Cockrum, as we're going to see when we get into the story itself, because there's a page here which has some information on the development of this character. Because you demanded it, the Jack of Hearts blasts into solo action. Stan Lee proudly presents Marvel's newest superhero sensation, the Jack of Hearts. Bill Mantlo, writer. Keith Giffen and Rudy Nebres, artists. Diana Albers, letters. Roger Slipher, colors. Roger Stern, editor. Jim Shooter, editor-in-chief. If you followed my channel at all over the years, you know that this issue features some of my favorite creators in comics. Bill Mantlo, what a great writer. Wrote so many cool stories over the years. Keith Giffen and Rudy Nebres, two fantastic artists. Rudy probably in the middle part of his career, and Keith still sort of in the early part of his career in comics. And I love Rudy Nebres' inks on just about any penciler, and they look really great on Keith's pencils in this issue. So this is going to tie back into a couple of issues of Iron Man, and we'll get to that. The gale has been ever raging for hours since he left Stark International to cross the storm-tossed waters of the Long Island Sound. Rain washes over him in torrents. Lightning and the sweeping search beams of a nearby Coast Guard cutter cast his shadow upon the frothing waves. But he ignores it all. He is the Jack of Hearts, and he is going home. So the editor puts a helpful note for us to see Iron Man 113. Captain, look. It's one of those superheroes. Maybe he can help us find that missing yacht. Don't count on it, Ensign. Even if we could communicate with him over the storm, his kind live in a world of their own, fighting battles on a cosmic scale. They haven't time to stop and help save the lives of a few missing pleasure seekers. But Jack of Hearts, putting the lie to this guy's assertion, actually does help locate this crew of this overturned yacht, this sinking vessel, and he signals to the Coast Guard cutter of where exactly to find them, and he assists them in the rescue. That was a wonderful thing you did, son. Even though my kind only concerns itself with the trouble on a cosmic scale, Captain. You heard? Yes, I heard. Wait, what's your name? Look in your pocket, Captain. My pocket? Hey, there is something in there. He must have slipped it in during the rescue. It's a card. The Jack of Hearts. And this is a cool, they're kind of trying to develop a playful style to the Jack of Hearts, and this is going to be part of it throughout this story. The card motif is going to show up again and again, befitting our character's name and theme. So let's continue. Soon at a mansion somewhere in Connecticut, a prearranged rendezvous takes place. Good evening, sir. Martin, sir, your butler chosen by Mr. Stark. And Shield, of course. I have readied the manse for your homecoming, sir. Including my father's study? No, that has been left alone, sir, as per your instructions. Thanks, Martins. I know it must seem morbidly eccentric, but I'd like this room to remain untouched as a reminder. It was here that my father was murdered. I respect your wishes in the matter, of course, sir. Oh, by the way, I took the liberty of having a new supply of your calling card printed, sir. Mr. Hart, the cards evoke memories of Philip Hart's death at the hands of a crime cartel called the Corporation, of how, bathed in the seething energy of his father's zero fluid, he gained power beyond measure, and of how he used that power to wreak vengeance upon the corporation. He made some mistakes along the way, like fighting the White Tiger and tangling with the Incredible Hulk. But a short period of training with the invincible Iron Man taught the Jack of Hearts about power and responsibility, and taught him fast. Again, the card motif repeated here and beautifully rendered by our artists Giffen and Nebres. So cool. I love this reverie that tells us briefly and efficiently and with panache this character's recent history and the comics he appeared in: Deadly Hands of Kung Fu 23, Hulk 214 to 215, Iron Man 103 to 113. And I've covered Hulk 214 on the show. It's one of my favorite issues of Hulk, featuring awesome Ernie Chan, Sal Buscema artwork. Let's get on with the story. I learned a lot from Iron Man, everything except how to live a normal life again. You've been briefed about that, Martins. You know that the zero fluid was absorbed into my every cell, and that only my armor prevents the tremendous energies locked within my body from erupting and destroying everything that comes close to me. Thank God Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D. developed the Neutro Mist. It neutralizes my power for an hour. I can renew the mist effect at any time. However, while the mist lasts, I'm powerless. But at least I can live a relatively human existence without having to wear this blasted armor, even if it's just for 60 minutes at a time. Yes, sir. And have the dermatologist discovered a way to treat the dead areas of your body? No, I'll have to use cosmetics to hide the radiation burns on my flesh. But makeup can't hide me from what I've become. So they're already setting up some significant problems that Jack of Hearts. He's immensely powerful and has a really cool costume, at least personally I think. But he has some issues. He can't control his powers when he doesn't have his specialized armor costume on. And the mist that neutralizes them, those uncontrollable powers, only lasts an hour at a time. And he's powerless while he's using that mist. Meanwhile, he's got this weird flesh-eating condition, which is fully consumed half of his body. So, yeah, typical of Marvel characters, he's got problems. The corporation still exists. It sounds as if they've issued you a challenge, sir, and provided a return address should you accept. I'll accept all right, as soon as the Neutro Mist wears off. So he gets this cryptic letter telling him, in short, the men who ordered your father's murder can order yours as well, Hemlock. So we're going to meet this character, Hemlock, pretty soon. He's trying to lure Jack of Hearts into a trap. And turn the page, and here we are. Ithaca, New York. The letter's been delivered, like you ordered, Mr. Hemlock. Good, the bait has been dangled before our young superhero. Now, all that remains to be seen is whether or not he will bite, and I think that he will. All our intelligence reports suggest that he will stop at nothing to avenge himself upon those responsible for his father's death, meaning our employers, of course, the corporation. But why lead him here, boss? Why not just bump him off? I don't like fooling around with super guys. They're trouble. You are speaking to Jonathan Hemlock, fools. Do not my trophies bespeak my prowess? An assassin prime. So we see in the background here an AIM helmet. I'm not sure what this might be, a Hydra mask, some kind of pistol. So this might be this guy's first appearance, but they are trying to push him as a significant threat. And yet this game is somewhat different. We want our prey alive. Alive? Cripes, that's playing with fire. No, with power. The power of the zero fluid. Its secret is possessed by Jack Hart. It is a secret I mean to have. So, of course, Jack Hart is Jack of Hearts, And he arrives on scene at the trap, and only to come face to face with his foe, Hemlock. I'm not here to admire the horticulture, indeed not, Jack Hart, and you are here to die. But do come in. Would you care for a drink? Hemlock, I am he, Jack of Hearts. That is what you call yourself now, isn't it? Charming. Let's get down to business. Your letter mentioned the men who ordered my father's killing. If you mean Maris, push. Maris was small potatoes. Besides, he's dead, isn't he? Yes, Maris died in my first release of energy before I learned to control my power. Water under the bridge, Jackie. We're here not to discuss the past, but the future. We want the secret of the zero fluid. You have it. We'll pay. The answer is no, Hemlock. Then I'm afraid you leave me no choice. I shall have to take the secret from you. And remember, Jackie, hemlock is a very deadly herb. Poison gas. Hemlock's mask must be filtered. Of course, boy. But you must hold your breath while I hammer at you. That won't stop me. My body is pure energy. I don't need as much oxygen as a normal human. But still, it's hard to fight what I can't see. Perhaps firing at random in the smoke. So, the gas has no effect on you, eh? Interesting. My intelligence reports were not as complete as they seemed. No matter. You are fighting blind, while I see with the aid of infrared lenses. Just keep talking, Hemlock, while my computer brain vectors in on your coordinates. I'm an assassin prime, Jackie. You don't stand a chance against me. I'm new at this business, but I'll bet you villains all use that corny old line. Got him. You're going to be laughing through broken teeth, Junior. I was careless. Hemlock's not alone, and his men have got me. So, real quick remarks on the art. I love it, obviously. I love this 6-panel grid on this page. The storytelling is really nice. Jack of Hearts, not an easy character to draw in action, but Giffen and Nebres really deliver some pulse-pounding action as the sequence moves along. And as we turn the page here, we get a great Bill Mantlo explanation of why Jack of Hearts appears in this issue of Marvel Premiere. First, I'll read this because this is so cool. Dave Cockrum designed the character sheet of Jack when our artists and coloring department started going crazy trying to keep track of Jack's costume every issue. Dave's is now the definitive Jack of Hearts. So much so, actually, that this is the art they used in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe 4 years later. It's the exact same artwork as this piece, and it's what's used in the corner piece of the book. So very cool. Just wanted to share that as we move along. And basically the rest of this, I'm not going to read it, but it's Bill Mantlo making an appeal to the readers saying, hey, if you like Jack of Hearts, write in and tell us, because we use this as a gauge of whether or not this character can carry his own book. Remember, the first miniseries hasn't appeared yet in the Marvel Universe. That would be Contest of Champions 4 years from now in 1982. So they didn't really have the concept of the miniseries. They had books like Marvel Premiere, where they could showcase new talent, try new things with different characters. And in fact, they're teasing Manwolf to come back in the next issue. And this might be the Perez stories, the crazy like sci fantasy Perez stories that appeared in Marvel Premiere featuring this character. So Jack of Hearts just gets this one shot. And since we didn't see anything from him much after this, he does get a limited series in 1983. So it takes 5 years for that to actually come to pass. And I will do a show featuring a survey of those 4 issues of Jack of Hearts limited series at some point, because it's really fun, and I want to show it off on the show. All 4 issues, all in one episode, I think would be great. So back to our story. They banter some more, and the fight goes back and forth. and we'll pick up the story here. Huh? We're outside. We're in my greenhouse, Jackie boy, amidst all my lovely flora. Your blundering entrance has disrupted the temperature balance. My plants are delicate. The slightest shock can kill them. And if they die, or if they should die, boy, I'll forget my orders and kill you. With a trowel, Hemlock? You've got to be kidding. Wrong, Jackie. I'm deadly serious. Holy Lord, the trowel's turning, coming after me. It's some kind of heat-seeking missile. And if there's one thing the bioenergy of my body is, it's hot. The missile is also armed, Jackie, with an explosive warhead. So this is a very madcap foe, this Hemlock character. I don't know if he ever shows up after this issue. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But would I have preferred Jack of Hearts in this issue fighting a more mainstream Marvel villain? Yes, I would have. I mean, Hemlock's fine, but I think it would have been cooler if Jack of Hearts maybe fought some other, the leader in Humanoids or something else, some others that would tie him more into the Marvel Universe. But, this is a trial balloon of sorts, and what a great looking trial it is. Is that so? What happens then if I concentrate an energy field around your missile, causing its tracking mechanism to overheat? So that's what happens. No, not in my azaleas. Lord, if I'd been just an inch closer when it detonated. You blithering nit, you've destroyed my prize orchids. They took me years to breed. My contract's off, Jackie. This is personal now. Just you and me to the death. Ugh. Scrowl. Put a sock on the melodrama, Hemlock. I want to know what you know about the corporation, and I want to know now. Because if you don't start talking, I'm going to tear up this beautiful garden of yours, root by rotten root. Great, almost pinup style page here. Very cool, showing us just how neat this costume is, and also giving us an idea of just how tough it would be to draw panel after panel. Really cool, though. I love the crackle, the Kirby crackle on his hands there. Great, as I say, lush inks by Rudy Nebres on these Giffen pencils. You're nothing but a brute, a barbarian. You don't exactly smell of roses yourself, Hemlock. Now, nice and slow. The names of the men who ordered my father murdered. I mean it, Hemlock. Talk. Or I'll fix it so you never talk again. All right, hero, you win. I'll talk. Just give me a minute to catch my breath. Weren't expecting that, were you, Jackie? I saved it as a surprise, a tiny hand blaster set to stun, not kill. Because now I want to see you die real slow. First, I'm going to cut you out of that armor of yours while you're unconscious. But he makes a critical mistake. What? Oh, right. I blacked out when Hemlock's laser caught me off guard. From the looks of him, he must have tried to slice through my armor. His information about me had gaps in it, or he would have known not to try it with me unconscious and unable to control the energy flow. A lot of good that does me now. Hemlock's been put out of commission almost by accident, not by anything I purposefully did. And I'm no closer to the corporation than I was before. Well, there'll be other battles. I'm young. I've got all the time in the world. So that's it. That was our Marvel Premiere number 44. And I love this story. It's super cool. It's iconic. As a kid, I had this issue, got it secondhand. Maybe one of those barbershop issues I've talked about on the show before. But revisiting it now, reading through it now, I think Mantlo would have been better off bringing in a more established villain to fight Jack of Hearts and giving him sort of a better showcase. This sort of zany, almost Batman-like villain doesn't quite do it for me, this Hemlock character. But it was a cool showcase of what Jack of Hearts could do as a character. And for that, I love it. And I hope you did too. As we move forward on the show, I've got a lot more stuff I want to cover. Hopefully I can get another 250 episodes in, but we'll see. In the meantime, if you did like this episode, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and I'll bring you more soon on Scott Reads Comics. Thanks for watching.